Upon joining AC Milan for a second spell at the club back in 2020, Zlatan said in an interview that he wanted to help the club reach its old glory days again. He also stated that this was the city and the football club that felt like home to him and that he would not retire before winning a trophy with Milan. 2.5 seasons later, Ibra delivered on his promise and once more proved his importance as a leader and key player in the squad. It is the first time since 2011 that AC Milan won the Scudetto, and what's interesting to note is that the last time they were able to do so, they were also playing Ibrahimovic in their team. Zlatan rejoined AC Milan on 2nd of January 2020 on a free transfer from LA Galaxy, when most people thought that he would retire and end his career after his time in the MLS. But Ibra proved his critics and haters wrong. He chose to sign for a club that he wanted to see back on top, a club that he describes as his home. That commitment, combined with his never-ending hunger for trophies and victory, was crucial in helping Milan win the Serie A and getting back in the conversation for being a top team in Italy again. But more and more injuries have been setting back the now 40-year-old Swedish striker in the past seasons, limiting his active game time for the Rossoneri this year and making people wonder about one thing. How important was Zlatan in Milan's rise to glory, and how crucial was his presence for the team actually?
I'm here to do my own story, because if I don't win, I fail. So I came in and I tried to bring what I'm good at, on the field, outside the field, and I wanted to win at every cost. And then I was playing for one of the biggest club in the world, and when you win, nobody can say nothing, because that is the moment when you show everybody the answer for what you're working for, the answer for what you're believing in, and nobody says nothing. Obviously, it's a big work behind it. It's easy to speak in front of a camera. They should do like that, they should do that, and then judge, have your own opinion. But when you're really in the place, it's something else. It's a lot of work. It's not about one individual person. It's like a pyramid from the top to the bottom. Everything has to work, and when everything is working, then the success is coming. But I think people should stop talking about what happened before and talk about present and try to go in front, because whoever did that before, yeah, they put the status of the club, they put the history of the club, but that doesn't help you now. Now you go from today and you go in front. I cannot speak about, like I said before, how good I was before and what I did before, and I'm not doing nothing now. No, I have to still demonstrate, and I have to still bring out the results, or else I'm not here. This is the game today. I'm here today, tomorrow I'm somewhere else if I'm not good enough. So that's the way my mind is working. Then for other ones, to be honest, I don't really care. So.
Ever since he left the club for Paris Saint-Germain back in 2012, Milan was struggling to lift the Scudetto again. Upon signing Zlatan and hearing about his return, many supporters started hoping for the Scudetto to return to the Rossoneri, but at the time of his signing, that still seemed like an impossible task to accomplish. Juventus had been dominating the league for the past 8 years, and with the GOAT Cristiano Ronaldo playing for them, it didn't seem like that would change anytime soon. Besides, Milan has had a very difficult period of rebuilding and fighting their way back on top during the last 10 years, finishing on average at 6th place in the league. So, in the 2019-2020 season, when Zlatan rejoined AC Milan during the winter transfer window, Milan ended the season on 6th place. In that half season, Zlatan had 20 appearances for the club, scoring 11 goals and assisting another 5. He ended up playing 1,509 minutes for the Rossoneri, which makes it about 76 minutes per game. His signing had an immediate, positive impact on the team, but it unfortunately wasn't enough for Milan to make it into the Champions League in that year. Naturally, Zlatan wanted more and wasn't satisfied with the result, so for the next season, he tried to carry his team towards success even harder. Ibrahimovic played 27 games for Milan in that 2020-2021 season, scoring 17 goals and assisting another 3. He played a total of 1,932 minutes for the club that year, making it an average of 72 minutes per game. These stats aren't just great, they're truly amazing, especially when taking into consideration that Ibrahimovic was 39 years old in that season. Unfortunately, inexperience from the younger players and a dominant Inter Milan side, who were coached by Antonio Conte, denied Milan and Ibrahimovic the Serie A win in that year. AC Milan finished second, but Ibrahimovic wasn't broken by that defeat. Rather, he understood how close his team just came and that they weren't missing much to finally cross that finish line and win the league again. Ibra was aware of the team just needing a little more time, so he was proud of the progress that Stefano Pioli's younger players have shown over the last 2 seasons.
I mean, the team is working hard. The team has a big will. The team has been doing and are doing big sacrifices to arrive for the objectives we have this season. Last season we had different objectives, and from that season, obviously you higher your objectives, and the season has been good so far. I mean, some setbacks we had. The team is still young, is growing, getting more and more experience, and we're on top of the table for the moment, and we just need to focus, keep doing what we're doing, and we have 4 finals left, and we promise to do our best. Then in football, I know from my own experience, from one week to another week, a lot of things can change.
When the 2021-2022 season started, many fans and pundits have wondered just how much longer the now 40-year-old could perform on the highest level, and if he had what it took to help Milan finally win the Serie A again. With Cristiano Ronaldo's departure from Juventus weakening them a lot, Milan had one less title contender to worry about. But there were still Napoli and Inter Milan that gave them headaches in a close title race, which ended up being decided on the very last match day. Being 2 points clear of city rivals and the direct title contenders Inter Milan, the AC Milan squad knew that they were almost there, that they have almost reached that incredible goal of winning the Scudetto again, after failing to do so for the last 11 years. But nothing was decided yet, with the team needing either a victory or a draw against Sassuolo to secure the title. What's important to mention here is that Milan and Inter's direct results in the league ended in a 1-1 draw and a 1-2 victory for the Rossoneri, with the second game being a very tense one. Olivier Giroud ended up being the match winner, scoring twice after being 1-0 down and securing the win against their biggest competitors that season. From that point on out, the Rossoneri had their fate in their own hands, and it was time for them to show how much they have grown as a team and if they had what it takes to lift the Scudetto.
I think the older you get, obviously the more experience you get. What I have gone through, teams I've been playing for, players I played with, coaches I had and I have. Obviously the person creates after these things, and I think at my age now it's all about giving back. I had moments in my life where I took only but I didn't give back, but not on purpose. It was just the way it was, because when you're young you try to show the whole world who you are. You're not satisfied, you want to do more, you want to show you're the best, and you keep going. But the older you get, the different thinking comes in your mind, and at this age I have nothing to prove since long time ago, and then depends also of the locker room, what kind of team it is. This team is very young. I am the one I am, and I try to help everybody, be the leader in my own way, and obviously in the field and also outside the field. This season I've been on the field, not as much as I want to be, but when I'm on the field I try to help, and then when I'm not on the field I try to be supportive from the side of the field. So the team is very open, very hungry to do better, to achieve something, and after 2.5 years that I'm here, we have been on the first, second place, but we haven't won something yet. And if you don't win, it can be pretty difficult, because you do a lot of work, you do a lot of sacrifice, but nothing is coming back. And what I mean nothing is coming back is trophies, because that is what you work for. So you don't have that credit and that proof for what you're doing is working. So we're just missing the trophy now because we're doing everything perfect. But to get the stamp, we need a trophy. So people really believe in what we're doing. So, like I said, the team is growing every day, and I'm trying to do what I'm able to do in many ways and in the best ways. Of course, I'm frustrated because I'm used to be on the field, help the team on the field. Most of all, I'm suffering because I'm not able to play the game I love to play and the big passion I have for the game. So the adrenaline I have comes from when you're on the field. But if I cannot be on the field, I try to help in another way because I still have this responsibility, and still my teammates look up to me in the same way if I'm playing or not playing. So I'm trying to help in every way, and this is something collective, and we do this together. So even if I'm not on the field, I trust my players. I know they're there to do the best thing they can do, and we do it together, even if I'm not on the field. So this is not a one-man show. This we do together, and that's why the season has been going so good, because this is something collective, and the collective thing is working. And when that is working, the individual part works. So, but like I said, I'm suffering that I'm not on the field. So now I'm able to do more. So it doesn't matter now. Now it's all about to win. So if we win, I will be as happy as I would be when I'm on the field and playing all these games I'm used to.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic has been credited by head coach Stefano Pioli on several occasions for boosting his team's morale when they needed it most. One recent example would be the game against Hellas Verona, where AC Milan came back from behind to beat them 3-1 in their 36th game of the season. On the cusp of halftime, Sandro Tonali equalized to give the visitors hope, but it was Ibrahimovic's rousing words that geared up the Milanese to go on and claim all 3 points. That was the moment where Zlatan and his leadership came in clutch for his team. While injuries might have limited his game time and ability to carry his team on the pitch, Ibra proved that it would not be an obstacle that could stop him from doing everything he could to lead his team to victory. He motivated his co-players to keep going, keep fighting, and not let this title slip away from them in the last few games of the season. In that moment, Ibrahimovic showed every single one of his teammates how much he believed in them and how he knew that they had what it takes to win the league, while reminding them that winning was the only way of being remembered and that it's the only thing that counts. So he told them how everyone remembers the Milan players who won the Scudetto or the Champions League. So if they wanted to be remembered, they had these last 3 games to do it. Just moments after the break, Tonali scored his second goal before Alessandro Florenzi put the game to bed with 5 minutes to go. That result put the Rossoneri again 2 points ahead of Inter Milan in the battle for the Scudetto, with just 2 games to go and the title race at the time set to go down to the wire. Fighting until the end and clinching the trophy on the last match day once more proved how important having a leader like Zlatan can be, and how much his hunger for victory combined with his winner mentality meant for the team. Despite his injuries, Zlatan played a big part in helping Milan win the league title again. He really delivered on his promise of bringing the club back on top and reminded everyone that he is a true icon of the game.
It's easy to come to a club when the success is already there. It's more difficult when you come, and the challenge is different when you come to a club which is in need to have a success. And then if you manage to have a success, you're part of the story. So the fans was great to me, and I really enjoy. A lot of things happened.
The Swedish striker has now sealed his 7th league title in Italy with 3 different teams: Juventus, Inter Milan and AC Milan. The agent who made all these and many more transfers possible was no other than Mino Raiola. Zlatan has been working with Mino ever since his transfer from Ajax to Juventus in 2004 and has since won numerous titles in Europe's biggest clubs while playing under his agent's guidance. But this time around, Zlatan won a trophy without his friend Mino Raiola being there with him. The greatest player agent in the history of football, Mino Raiola, passed away on April the 30th, 2022. Therefore, Ibrahimovic dedicated his latest title win to his agent and close friend Mino Raiola. Their friendship and that strong connection always was something more than just one of a player and an agent. They were close friends and treated each other as if they were family. Upon joining AC Milan for his second spell at the club, after dominating in the American MLS, Zlatan stated in an interview how he felt about his future and upcoming tasks with Milan, and how he wouldn't retire until winning silverware with the club, until seeing Milan back on top where they belong. Now, after winning the Scudetto, Fabrizio Romano reported how Ibrahimovic stated that he'd want to continue playing, but only if he feels good physically. With no sure decision having been made yet, it's still very difficult to say if Ibra will or will not be continuing playing for the Rossoneri in the next season, or if he can now finally rest and watch the sun rise on a grateful universe. Because right now, King Ibra must be feeling like the Titan Thanos felt after accomplishing his mission and fulfilling his promise, which was to help bring AC Milan back on top and win a title with them, thereby inevitably bringing perfect balance to the Serie A.
I'm in a situation now. I'm close to the goal line, let's say. So I didn't come over the goal line yet. So like I wrote in the book, I'm a little bit panicking because when it stops, what do you do? What is the next chapter? I know there is a lot of possibilities. I know I can do a lot of things. Offers I will have from all over the place. But like I said, the adrenaline I get on the field, I will never get that in something else. So I try to postpone that goalie line. Normally when I play the game, I'm trying to score goals. So I want to pass that goalie line. But for me to take that step over the goal line, to stop playing the game, I'm trying to push it as far away from me as I can. But obviously I need to be healthy. I want to be able to enjoy the game. I want to feel good when I play. When you suffer, you go against all these small things that I'm natural now, because it makes no sense to play the game if you suffer too much. Better than be realistic and tell yourself it's enough. You did what you did, and start the new chapter. But I'm not there yet, because if I already focus on that, it means in my head I already prepared to stop. So if I'm preparing to stop, I'm not able to help my teammates, and I'm not helping myself to achieve what I want. So in my mind, I'm not there yet. But obviously, a little bit scared of stop playing the game. I think when you're in the game such a long time, you're like a soldier. You have a program that you follow, and every day is repeating. So, and it has been going on for 25 years now. So I'm close to that line, but I'm not there yet. I mean, during your career, you go through different moments. I had moments where I wanted to stop playing the game. I was acting big and saying I will stop the game when I'm on top. Then I got this ugly injury, and there I noticed I get to feel how it was without playing the game. So that brought me back to want to play the game, and since then I just want to keep playing, because I don't want to have any regrets when I stop and say I could have continued to play the game. I want to squeeze the orange until the end. So when it's really squeezed, then I tell myself I don't have anything more to give, and I still feel when I'm on the field that I'm able to do things that I did before. And as long as you not only feel it and you can demonstrate it, and then it's okay. But if you have a too big ego in your head, you think you're the best, but you don't show you're the best, then somebody has to, that wants good, that really cares about you, should step up and say, listen, it's time to stop, and from here it's only getting opposite than it was before. So if somebody really likes me and see this, I would give him the advice to come and step in front of me and telling me this. But so far nobody came. Either they are scared of telling me this, or they know I'm the best. So it's one or the other one.
If you've enjoyed this short documentary about Zlatan's second spell with AC Milan so far, please leave a like and subscribe to Pseudo Society. You should also check out my other videos, as I know that you'll find some more awesome content on my channel. Check them